here we are. Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, beautiful girl. Look at you.
This is Christine and
Hi,
Taylor.
Nice to meet
It's
you.
lovely to meet you.
Yes.
Wow.
That's for you from Rustic Cuff. It's pretty big out here in Oklahoma.
Oh, that's
So.
so nice.
She wanted to
That's
give
so
you that.
nice.
Thank you so much. I love
So
what
we
you're- I love
collect
your
rustic
dress.
cuffs like crazy out here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice of you. Let's put that on.
Yes.
So how far have you had to come to be here?
We live in Bartlesville. We just moved to Bartlesville the past, well, almost 2 years. We moved out to Bartlesville so the kids can attend the autism school out there.
Right.
Because we had a problem with public schools and them getting kicked out of all of them. They would
I
constantly
noticed that. I'm trying to fix that.
they would constantly send them home on a daily basis within 20-30 minutes every day and constantly suspend them like no other, and I get tired.
Okay, we need to hear
Tired
your
of it.
story. Is this your whole family here?
Yes.
I don't know why it's so blurry, guys. I'm working on it.
Nice to meet you.
That's Carl, that's Jacob on the swing, and that's Emily over there with the braces on. And she just had surgery on her feet. She was a toe walker 100% of the time. So her feet locked up, and they just did the surgery in May. Yeah, and so she's basically learned how to walk again with the braces
All right,
on.
let's start from the beginning. First of all,
Okay.
tell everybody your name.
Also,
Oh, sorry, Josh,
for
you
some
were-
reason the picture is really blurry and it's not focusing.
That picture.
Yeah.
Okay, well, people will come off. What we'll do is we'll come off that and come on.
There we go.
to-
We
You
fixed it.
fixed
We
it?
got it. Yeah. Wasn't responding to my tapping. Thanks, honey. There
Sorry
we go.
about that.
Ah, so there's Christine.
Yes, rustic cup.
Really
That's so
beautiful.
nice.
Thank you
Jill
so
will want to
much.
see this. I'm going to post it on her group.
So nice.
I didn't know. I mean, I never have any jewelry, so I'm really grateful. Thank
They're
you so
popular out here like crazy. People do campouts and stuff in front of the store for those things.
Much. Really?
Yes. It's a
Wow.
movement on its own.
Wow.
You're welcome.
So are you
Very
ready
sweet.
now, Joe?
Sorry, I have cool hair, chlorine. Stripped my purple color.
No, don't. I mean, I'm Rain. I'm the bear with the fuzzy hair. That's Teletubbies. No, that's a Teletubbies. Okay. So I think, well, first of all, we need to know who you are. Who's your family and where
Okay.
you're from?
I'm Chris, and we are from Bartlesville. I've got my 2 autistic kids here. Their name is Jacob and Emily. They just turned 13 and 12 during the summer months, and then we've got little Taylor over here, and Carl's pushing them on the swings.
So let's go right back. So from the very beginning. So let's put
Jacob's the first.
Jacob's the first.
Yes.
This is Jacob here.
Yes,
With the
he's
blue.
just with his head down in the
Tell
swing.
us about Jacob. Tell us. About
Jacob, I feel, has a vaccine injury due to the MMR. And when he was a baby, when we got the MMR, that's when it all started. I got the MMR in Tulsa. And
So how old was he when he had the MMR?
he was between 12 to 13 months.
And
when he
before
got
that,
it.
how was he as a baby?
He was developing, he was hitting the milestones like he was supposed to. And he would smile, he would, he was just Jacob. And now it's after the MMR, it's when it went downhill.
So, okay, so you had the MMR. Did you have an immediate reaction? Was it a...
It was constant crying immediately after that, and it went for weeks. He didn't have fevers like Emily did. But it would seem like it was just constant crying all day long, all night long. And so this went on for weeks. And I remember calling my mother after having the MMR done. And I called her up and I was like, something's wrong. Something's really wrong. And so we brought him to the doctors and they're like, well, we'll just keep an eye on him. Basically is what they said. Yeah.
Did you tell the doctor you thought it may be the vaccine?
Yes.
And what did the doctor say?
He doesn't think that it's vaccine. He thinks that, he just has vaccine. Maybe he's coming down with something or, but it seemed like from that point on, his milestones just were not being hit at all. But I had back-to-back pregnancies with these 2. And they're very close together. That's why one just turned 12. Well, Emily just turned 12. Jacob turned 13 in June. So it was basically back-to-back pregnancies with them. And
Okay, the same with
so
Bella.
Jacob started walking when Emily was born in the hospital. And but they just were not hitting any milestones, not talking. They're still nonverbal to this very day. They have sensory processing issues. And so, and it was basically the same thing with Emily, only Emily had fevers.
Right, so let's talk about Emily. Emily was born, and how was she when she was
She was
in...
developing. She was always smiley. She was my smiley baby, always full of smiles, looking at you. And but after we did the MMR, it was like the crying thing again, and that's kind of, it worried me because that's exactly what I went through with Jacob. Went to the same clinic, same doctor that I had for Jacob, and the same delivery and everything, you know, for the pregnancy care and all that. And
Was it only the MMR that you had that deal? Did you have other vaccines as well?
it was, well, I think there was something else with it too.
Yeah,
You know, but I know it was the MMR because I wrote it in a journal. And so when she went to go get her MMR, that's when she started crying, but she had fevers, it seemed like, for like over a week, like here and there, constantly, and we couldn't figure out what was wrong.
So you have the same paediatrician that you have both your children, and so when you come back with your daughter and you say there's something very wrong
Again, yes.
what does your paediatrician say to you then?
He just said that, you know, we'll keep our eye out on her and everything. So, I mean, he basically said the same thing that he told me with Jacob, and I said, something's got to be wrong here. So that's when I started talking to my friends. That's when my friends told me, I think autism, you know? And I'm like, well, I don't know, you know, because it's a little bit too soon, you know? We hadn't done any testing at that point yet and stuff. So, I mean, I don't know. It just seemed like Emily was constantly crying. Jacob was constantly crying. They were just, whenever strangers would come around, they just melt down. They just were not into meeting new people. And but with Emily, it just seemed like all her milestones were stopping too. So it was like back to back like that. And so we saw they finally sent us to a specialist, and I think that was when Emily was about a year old. And then he told me that he thinks that it was PDD-NOS.
They told me that.
And the hospital at Hillcrest, they're pediatric. They do like speech and OTs there, and they have a developmental pediatrician there. And so
what did they give them? Did they advise you to do anything with them?
yeah, they had me just do OTs and speech and come constantly throughout the week so that they could work with them. And they still weren't talking. They're still nonverbal now, and so it's been a long ride.
Let's go and meet them. Let's come and have a look.
This is Jacob.
Hi, Jacob. So they both just love the rocking of the swings.
Yes, they do. That's why I have a swing in my house for him. And he's very, what do you call it? Ever since we've started doing, going to this autism school in Bartlesville, they're connecting more. And it's weird because Emily's starting to play toys, but she's starting to play ball with me now. And it's been so long. I mean, I've always tried to get them to do things, and it just seems like they've just shut down. And so, but we've done the methyl B12 treatments with a doctor out in Dallas. They're doing really good with that. It seems like Jacob will say "dada" sometimes. Jacob, can you say "dada"?
I want to talk to you. Come over here. Come and meet these people. These people in here are my friends. How old are you?
6.
And you haven't had any vaccines at all?
Yes, she has. She's had vaccines.
She has?
She is yes. But, you know, everything that I've had with her, I've delayed. So, you know, it's like, how long have we waited? I'm trying to think. I'm trying to remember the MMR. I should have brought all my vaccine sheets. Yep, until she was 4. Because she hasn't had anything since we started seeing Dr. Rao in Dallas, Texas, and doing the biomedical stuff. We just 86 vaccines altogether.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. She's beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, she is. And
And then that's Emily over there.
Let's go and see Emily. Hi, Emily.
Emily, she's like, are you a stranger?
She gets excited.
Yeah.
She gets a little excited when
Say hi.
She's also nonverbal, but she's been connecting really well. She has a one-on-one aide finally ever since we've been going to this school. They get speech and OTs, horseback riding therapy, everything you can think of at that school. And so it's been a bit.
She likes armpits.
She does. Taylor.
Yeah.
Do you hear that, guys?
So sometimes she
And your
tries
dad,
to
are you
get
daddy?
ugly, like,
Stepdad.
armpits.
Thank you for being stepdad. And so what's a day like for you?
He's like, work.
How long have you been in their lives? 7 years. Thank you. Thank you. It's a tough job, isn't it? You're a good man. Thank you. There's really no words, really, at all.
Yeah.
Come over here, Mama.
Emily has nighttime autism wakings every night, so I run on 3 to 4 hours of sleep a night. So it's a tough journey, you know. It's rough every night. She's ready to get up and party and play, and but I do it and I get through it. She never naps too afterwards. She's just always full of energy, and so
Do you have
we're
any?
always tired.
Do you have any help here outside of
Yeah, we actually, ever since moving to Bartlesville and being a part of that autism school out there, their family, they help out so much. The aides will come out and watch the kids so we can be a part of the galas and things that they do with the school and stuff like that. And they help, like when they need blood drawn or anything like that, any kind of lab work or anything done, dentists or the feet work, their aides come out to help, their OT, they show up to Tulsa, and so it's like they come by the house, they, you know, I mean, we just have a very good support system through that school. And it was a shame that Tulsa didn't have anything like that for them. But it's very expensive, but we're getting through it. You know, and they just finished up their summer session, and so all week next week it's going to be chaotic because they don't understand that there's no school next week, so they'll be upset. But after that week, they'll go back to school again. Be in 7th and 8th grade, and she goes into middle school this year. So we're just so excited about it, but it's been a rough ride because I know I've lost so much sleep between so many years. And even when I was in Tulsa, it just seemed like, because now she's going full time, but when we were in Tulsa, it was like, they would call me within 20 minutes. Come get your child. We can't have her here. We have to watch the safety of other students. So I would constantly pick her up within 20, 30 minutes every single day in school, and I'd have no naps, no nothing. It's hard, you know. So moving into Bartlesville now they're going 9 to 4. I'm actually catching up on all these years of all the sleep I've missed and being able to relax a little bit. Their aides are awesome. Their teachers are awesome. And they're starting with devices on her. She's been able to use sounding boards to push the buttons for what it is that she wants. And they're doing the same thing with Jacob. Jacob's a pro at it. And so it's been a wild ride from doing methyl B12 treatments to doing everything we possibly can.
Look at these two children. Look at them. Look at that image of that boy and this girl. Look at you on there, this lady, we trusted our paediatricians. We trusted them with our most precious gifts. And this here, this is what you get when you trust the paediatricians and the CDC. Look at this child, look at this child. I mean, how dare they? How dare they take that boy and this girl's life like that and ruin what could have been this beautiful, happy family? Look, how is this okay, people? And this beautiful little girl down here, what's her future? To talk on terror in the future? Is that what America wants? Is that what we want? Because we did as we were told. We trusted. Okay, well listen. Now, what are the chances of us getting your beautiful children's names on that bus?
And they don't know how to write.
No, but you can do it for them. You can write their names for them.
I can write my own.
You can write your own name.
Yeah, because I'm going to first grade.
Because we want their names on that bus so that everybody remembers what happened to these children forever. You agree?
I'm gonna be in first grade. I just finished kindergarten.
It was all new having her because when I had my pregnancy with her, it was like I didn't know when they start talking back to you. I didn't know when they start potty training, you know, with her. So it was like a first time parent with her. So can you give a hug?
Have a hug?
Give a hug.
Beautiful boy. I love his hair. Who did that? You?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I have a kiss? Hey, wait, stop. Get up. Give me a kiss. Can I have a kiss first? Give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Come here. Oh, thank you.
He can say Dada.
Can I have a high five? I'm sorry. Can I have a high five?
He
Yeah.
says Dada for
Can
me.
you say Dada? Say it. Say Dada.
Jacob, can you say Dada?
He has his moments.
I totally
Jacob, can you
understand.
say Dada?
I'm just blown away by how well Emily's doing with her braces because she was calling everywhere in her castings and
And why does she have braces on?
And she was a toe walker 100% of the time, and so her feet had some inflammation and some swelling. So the OT at the school, she sees an OT at the OT and speech and PT. Well, the PT said she really needs to see a doctor about that. And so she had the surgery done to her feet, and they put her in castings for about 6 to 8 weeks, and that was hard. That was a lot of work because she didn't understand, and all she kept wanting to do was take it off, take it off. She kept kicking me with it, trying to pull it off, and we got through it. And so now she's on her braces.
You
And
are one
she's-
strong mama, you know that. You really are strong. And you're not on your own. Everybody in here, I can guarantee, I didn't have to look, is sending you so many hearts and love. Am I right, Patrick?
A ton.
It's hard.
A lot of comments of
okay?
"We're with you."
It gets hard.
I know it's
There are
hard.
times that it gets hard, you know. Autism parents know about Poop Fest in the house, you know, and it took about 12 years to get them finally started on potty training. 12 years of buying diapers straight. And so it's just been a
Emily's
journey.
over there trying to get on
We understand.
Thank you.
Lots and lots of love. Big hugs. Sending you love. We know we're with you. We aren't alone anymore.
Well, so what?
Uh-oh, Daddy.
These people are going to keep in contact and support you.
Yes.
Okay.
So I think the answer is if you on Facebook. Okay, rather than inundate your personal, that'll be up to you.
Okay.
If you go to United for Vaxxed, so you on there already. Okay, these people are as well.
Okay.
And they are going to keep, you just tell us when you're having a bad day, and these people here, this is what we do.
Okay.
We're going to have your back, and if you want to add them personally, go ahead, because there's nothing that can happen in your family that we either collectively haven't lived through, or where we understand. I know how to, I can feel how tired you are, I can feel your body shake, I can feel the
It's
grief
just,
and
it's
the
hard
tiredness.
because, you know, I get scares too where, you know, I had the AC man come and fix my AC. He left the front gated door open, and Emily was already all the way down the street by the university walking out while I was inside making a pizza, and I asked them, I was like, please, can you lock the door? She was almost missing. And the little old lady across the street found her, and so it really shook me and my mom up, you know, and there's always scares like that. You have to have eyeballs on the back of your head with these kids, because if you don't, they're gone fast. So they've come a long way and they're doing so great, and you know, I know that there's a great reward at the end, you know, and I'll never give up on them. I never will. You know, I'll always be there for them through thick and thin, no matter what. So I don't like small towns. I moved to Bartlesville, but they're happy. For the first time, they're happy. They're connecting and they're happy, and they're not crying all the time. And so to me, that means that I'm doing something right.
You're doing a lot right. It's really hard. It's a tough journey. You know.
Yeah.
Please let us all help you though and support you. And there's people that will just, they'll email you with love, whatever it is that you need. Collectively, we got it. Okay, we're here for you. You mustn't do this. Don't ever feel like you're on your own. Okay.
Okay.
She needs our help, people. She needs our help. All right, let's go and put your beautiful children's names now. If we go and write them on the bus, are these? He's going to be safe. Do you want?
I probably should bring him with me.
Let's take him with.
Come on, Jacob. Let's go.
Yeah, come on. Patrick, do you have a pen? The pen.
I don't write on me. Do you want to
I'll
take
go and
over
get
the
it.
camera
I'll go
for a
and get it.
second?
I'm just going to run ahead and get the pen.
Okay. Come on, Bella. Let's go check it out over here. Oh, Emily's going down that slide. Look at your sister. Let's go.
And this family drove an hour and a half. They waited for us as well for over an hour
You okay?
to arrive.
She likes mud and she likes rain.
Where we go. Every stop we make.
Ready? Say cheese.
All right, 1, 2, and Jacob right here. And we're gonna do one more.
It's hard to get them still for
I know.
pictures. We can never do professional
good one.
pictures with them.
I'm gonna be in cheerleading and dancing.
You're going to do cheerleading and dance.
She has a car wash fundraiser.
Oh
hear
my
that?
goodness, World, watch out. You're going to be so good at that.
My
goodness.
cousin is like a cheerleader. She's in varsity.
Yes.
Who is?
Jade.
My cousin.
Wow.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Can I see?
It's developing.
It'll get better in a minute. It develops too. He's fantastic. Those two are great. And I'm so glad you got him in your life.
Yes. It gets hard and gets meltdowns when she gets upset and she really wants to do something, or she just, like, you know, with the summertime and all the schedules being changed around with the speech and the OTs and everything like that, it gets her so upset to where she's just like pinching, biting, you know, because she doesn't understand what's going on. It's that lack of communication, you know, that she can't speak and you can't tell her, okay, this is what's happening, you know. So she has a hard time with transitioning and trying to do things, but you know, summer's only so long and we'll be back in school and we'll have our routines again and be back on, you know, the routine that they always love and care for. We don't vacation ever because it just doesn't work out. You know, so it's just,
It's
we're
not
happy
how it
with,
was supposed to be.
yeah.
So.
You know, I mean, it gets hard. You know, we always think of, oh, one of these days later on in life we'll get that vacation that we so want. You know, our first vacation ever together, and we're just okay with putting the kids first right now and making sure they're on the top of our list.